The Wali, or sacred dances, are the oldest forms of dance in Bali. Wali means ritual and refers to forms of music and dance that must be performed during religious ceremonies or festivals. Wali dances can be divided into two groups: dances of offering such as Bariski Day and dances of trance, Sanghyang, in all its various forms. These dances are usually performed in the Jeroan, the innermost courtyard of a Balinese temple. Many of these are group dances that do not require a high technical level of skill or training. Instead, the dancers perform as a means of participating in ceremonial proceedings. These dances serve as offerings through which the dancers show their devotion to their gods. Babali means offering and refers to ceremonial forms of music, dance, and drama that are not necessarily a required part of a ritual, but serve to accompany a ceremony. These dances originated either from the court of the Javanese Majapahit kingdom, giving us the Gambuh, or from the Hindu Balinese courts, which developed the Topeng. All Babali forms tell a story and are performed as much for a human audience as for the gods. Babali dances are held in the Jabatenga, the middle courtyard of a Balinese temple. The dances are sacred, but less so than those that are held in the inner courtyard. Babali dances may also be performed in simple family festivals because they tell the history of Bali and the exploits of the ancestors. Sanghyang, meaning holy or deity. The Sanghyang are God-inspired trance dances performed in Bali to protect villages from black magic and to serve as a counter-curse to epidemics and disease. Sanghyang is sometimes performed by one or two young boys, or more often by a priest. Sacred items such as a magical kris, fragrant incense, or the sound of a priest's bell are often used to invoke the dancer into a state of trance. In the Sanghyang Jaran, Jaran meaning horse, the possessed dancer rides a wooden horse made out of straw or prances on a hobby horse consisting of a horse's head and tail. The dancer crosses a path of fire, brushing away the burning embers with his bare feet and rubbing them on his body. The dance is often accompanied by a group of men singing the Chak chorus. The dance drama Calon Arang depicts the story of a powerful widow who becomes the witch Rangda and tries to destroy the East Javanese kingdom of Erlanga. Calon Arang is often performed at times of illness and on certain magically important days. The play always takes place at night when magic influences are most strong and is usually performed near the graveyard outside the Puradalam, the temple of the dead. In the center of the performance space there are usually one or two male papaya trees. It is underneath these trees that Calon Arang and her followers, called Sasyas, meet at the start of the play. The sorceress, Calon Arang, has a beautiful daughter, but no one will marry her because they suspect her mother of being a witch. This makes Calon Arang very angry, and she sets about bringing disease and destruction to the land. To accomplish this, Calon Arang transforms herself into the witch Rangda. Rangda literally means widow, and to the Balinese, the character represents the negative and destructive side of humankind. As Rangda terrorizes the land, she seizes with rage and takes her revenge by abducting babies. At this point, the king of Erlanga enters, asking for help from the holy man Empu Prada. However, Empu Prada makes the mistake of killing Rangda without granting her absolution, and is forced to bring her back to life in order to kill her again in human form. Rangda's final death is never shown for fear of retaliation by other witches and evil spirits. The Calon Arang and its various adaptations serve as a symbolic kind of exorcism to remind the Balinese that they are unable to subdue evil spirits aligned with Rangda. By dramatizing Calon Arang as Rangda at the height of her magical powers, it is hoped that the performance will gain the witch's favor and appease her appetite for destruction. For the Balinese realize that Rangda is actually the dark side of God, and that the two cannot be separated. The Balinese do not look for good to defeat evil, but rather to aspire to achieve a balance between the two. It is the restoration of this balance that constitutes a happy ending in Bali.
Iwas ka na guna. Para ngarabak sa atin sa ko. Lakar na ang pano ko din. Yan ka kita berdua. Keren. Duduk, duduk. Semua. Diastun kita merubah Sanghyang Berawi.
Iya, diastun yang Sanghyang Berawi.
Oh, stop biar kau. Duduk.
Every dance form derives from the Gambuh dance drama. All dance techniques originate from its movements and all scales and melodies from its particular gamelan. The Gambuh is an ancient dance form that mirrors the costumes, languages, and gestures of the great courts of East Java during the 14th century. Most of its themes are drawn from the epic poem The Malat, and performances tend to represent romantic or mythical versions of Javanese history. Originally, a performance would continue for several days with stories of Prince Panji, his beloved Kirana, and their adventures together. Over the centuries, Gambuh became a dying form due to changing tastes and a lack of sponsorship, and in many places the drama has disappeared. Today, it owes its survival to a few villages and to the Institute of the Performing Arts in Denpasar. In the 1990s, thanks to the Gambuh project, supported by the Ford Foundation, a revitalization took place in one of the villages of its origins, Batuan, in Gianyar region. Famous for its meter-long flutes, the eerie and haunting music is unique in the repertoire of Balinese music.
padang laran Topeng. Kita tahu yang sesat. Maupun kita wani yang sejalan lagi.
One of the most popular forms of dance in Bali is the Topeng masked dance drama. The word Topeng literally means to press against the face. Whereas many of the dance stories are based on the Indian epics the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, the stories used in Topeng plays chronicle the lives of Balinese kings and occasionally a queen. It tells the history of Bali and its peoples through movement, dance, monologue, and comedy. But Topeng is not just a form of entertainment. It is also a tool for teaching. The masked archetypal characters communicate morals, ethics, and philosophy to their audience. The Panglambar, or introductory characters, are courtiers who wear full masks, making introduction for their king. Two favorite masks are Topeng Kras, a red or brown mask denoting strength and courage, and the Topeng Tua, the old man who, reminiscing his youth, stumbles, wipes sweat from his brow, and breathes heavily with exertion, his eyes opening to the tome of Paradise Lost. The king, or Dalam, dances with subtle and delicate movements, articulating with dance gesture his import and the needs of actions from his servants. The storytellers, who translate for the audience the ancient Javanese Kawi tongue used by the aristocratic characters of Topeng, and the irreverent clowns with no boundaries for their jest, are the Panasar and the Bondrasan. They wear half-masks, allowing them to sing and speak. Seemingly just servants to the king, they are important characters linking the whole performance together. Their most skillful duties are employed in reminding the audience that laughter is an essential part of Balinese life.